Right, in last class, we are discussing about abstraction. We completed 2 points, how to develop abstraction, how to create multiple abstract methods, and how to when to override. Okay, today I will try to add some more points to the abstraction concept. Look at here. Right. So I have created a class example with 2 abstract methods. I created one sample class, which is deriving from example. I don't want to override both abstract methods. Only I want to implement one abstract method. So I declare this class as abstract. Now the question is, can I add more abstract methods in subclass? Superclass already providing 2 abstract methods. Can I add more abstract methods in subclass? Yes. If you declare class as an abstract, it can have concrete method plus abstract method. Are you catching my point? If you declare class as an abstract, we can create concrete method and also abstract method both. Understand? And tell me, in the sample class, totally how many methods are there? Directly or indirectly, how many methods are there? Directly or indirectly, how many methods are there? Siva Santosh, try to use your brain properly and tell me. Directly or indirectly, how many methods are there in the sample class? 3 methods are there. 2 methods are coming from example class. One method defined explicitly, declared explicitly in the sample class. Totally 3 methods. M1, M2, M3. How many concrete methods? How many concrete methods? 1. How many abstract methods? How many abstract methods? 2. Now class XYZ, which is subclass of sample, must implement how many methods? 2 methods. M2 and M3. 2 abstract methods are there. M2, M3 must implement. Okay. Now in XYZ class, can I add one more method called M4 as a concrete method? Possible? Shiv Santosh, you decided to give only wrong answer. Impossible. Oh my God. Abstract keyword required. Oh, for creating concrete method, why you need abstract method above? Mr. What's your name? King King Shauk Mandal. Why you need abstract keyword, Mr. King Shauk Mandal? Danger people, Robert. Tell me, can I create more concrete methods by myself? Yeah, no problem. Okay. So in an abstract class, I can add more abstract methods. In concrete class, I can add more concrete methods. After defining or declaring methods, we must call those methods now. To call the methods, I need a reference. Reference means referenced variable. Tell me which referenced variable I must use to call those methods. If I use example class referenced variable, how many methods I can call? Only two methods, M1, M2. Can I call M3 method? No. Even though object is XYZ, I cannot call M3 method. Okay, if I use a sample reference, how many methods I can call? If I use a sample reference, how many methods we can call? We can call three methods, M1 method, M2 method, and M3 method. Sample class contain three methods we can call. Using sample reference, can I call M4 method? Using sample reference, can I call M4 method? No. If I use XYZ reference, how many methods we can call? If I use XYZ reference, how many methods we can call? We can call all four methods. M1, M2 methods inheriting from parent class, M3 method inheriting from parent class, M4 method its own specific method. All four methods we can call. Look at here, I want to show you errors. Find out, are there any compile time errors? I created example reference by storing subclass object. Okay, I created example class reference by storing subclass object. Then how many methods we can call? Can I call all four methods available in XYZ class? Not possible. M1 no error, M2 no error, M3, M4 we have errors. Okay, now M3, M4 method calls will get errors. Why? Compiler searching for M3, M4 methods in variable E1 of type example. Okay, now it will search in a E1 variable of type example. In example class, these two methods are not available, so throw in compile time error. If you want to call M3, M4 methods from XYZ, then I should typecast. Hope you remember typecast. If you want to call subclass specific members by using superclass reference variable, you must typecast. So tell me how to typecast. Sample. Even I want to typecast to sample, and then wanted to call which method? M3 method, because M3 method belongs to sample class. Now any compile time error? No compile time. Now tell me, by typecasting to the sample, can I call M4 method? Using sample reference, can I call M4 method? No, cannot call. If you call, compiler will throw error. Cannot find similar method M4 class sample. Okay, then tell me. Then tell me. By typecasting to XYZ class, can I call M4 method? Yes. Control 1 compile. Now compile and executed successfully. M1 is overridden in sample class, remaining three methods overridden in XYZ class. This is the test case program. Okay, hope you all understand. Are these topics abstraction topics or inheritance topics? In superclass, I have some members. In subclass, can I add some more variables, some more methods? Then how to call them? Using subclass reference, right? These are inheritance points, right? Inheritance concept combination with abstraction. So all you people answer. When you declare class as an abstract, are we allowed to create only abstract methods? Are we allowed to create abstract methods also? Do you understand the difference between my statement? If we declare class as abstract, we are allowed to create only abstract methods or abstract methods also? Abstract methods also. That means inside a abstract class, can I create both concrete methods also? Yeah, already I created and shown you. Already concrete method also we can create. Okay. Basically it is a class. Class means concrete methods are allowed. Plus, because you declare as abstract, abstract method is also allowed. Okay, try to think and tell me this program. Can I declare a concrete class as, can I declare a concrete class as abstract? Look at this code. It is a concrete class, means only variables, concrete method, nothing there. Can I declare a concrete class as an abstract? Before answering question, you try to think. If you declare a class as an abstract, what is the rule applied? Just you think first that question. If you declare class as an abstract, what is the rule applied? Try to question that. If you declare class as an abstract, what is the rule applied? We cannot create object from that class, right? What the rule applied? We cannot create object from that class. Right? Except that no other rules, na? If you declare class as an abstract, we cannot create object for that class. That's all. Except there is no rule. If you declare class as an abstract method must be there. Is that rule there? No. Tell me, can I declare a concrete class as an abstract? Yes. What the need of declaring concrete class as an abstract? For stop creating object of a class. For stop creating object of a class, we will declare a class as abstract. Now, if you stop creating object of this class, then how can we access static variable? Yeah, using class name. Then how can I access non-static variable, non-static method? Object is required now. If you want to access non-static variable, non-static method, object is required. Is my point understand? Then abstract class contains subclass now. Come on. Abstract class can contain subclass. We will create subclass object and using subclass object we will access. Is it allowed or not? If you access superclass members by using subclass, if you access superclass members by using subclass, those members are executing for which object? For superclass object or subclass object? Your mother prepared food. You are going and eating. Then the food will come into your stomach. That means your mother prepared food. You are eating. Is my point understand? Is my point understand? Now I want to ask a question, try to answer. I want to guarantee superclass variables and methods execute for a subclass object only. Then what to do? I want to guarantee superclass variables and methods must allocate memory and execute logic for subclass object. What to do? Simple, declare that class as abstract. Super keyword. Hey. సూపర్ కీబోర్డ్ ఏంట్రా రే, ఎందుకురా టార్చర్ చేస్తున్నావు నువ్వు ఇలాగా బాబు శివ సంతోష్? ఏం జరుగుతుంది నీ మైండ్లో? వాట్ ఈజ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఇన్ యువర్ మైండ్? ఈరోజు ఒక్క క్వశ్చన్ కూడా ఆన్సర్ నువ్వు కరెక్ట్గా ఇవ్వలేదు. అసలు నాట్ ఓన్లీ టుడే, ఎవ్రీ డే ఐఎమ్ అబ్జర్వింగ్. యూ విల్ గివ్ ఆన్సర్స్, ఎవ్రీ డే విల్ గివ్ ఆన్సర్స్, బట్ యు ఆర్ నాట్ గివింగ్ కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్. కరెంట్ టాపిక్ వదిలేసి ఎక్కడెక్కడికో తిరుగుతావేంట్రా భయ్యా? మరి భయ్యా ఎక్కడే ఉండు, టాపిక్ ఏంటి, కరెంట్ టాపిక్ ఏంటి ఆలోచించి ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తున్నావు? కరెంట్ టాపిక్ ఏంటి? అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్. సూపర్ కీవర్డ్ ఏం తీసుకొస్తున్నాం? నేనేమడిగాను క్వశ్చన్, సబ్ క్లాస్ నుంచి సూపర్ క్లాస్ మెంబర్స్ని యాక్సెస్ చేయాలని అడిగానా? లేదుగా. నేను అడిగిన క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటి? సూపర్ క్లాస్ మెంబర్స్ సబ్ క్లాస్కి రన్ అవ్వాలని చెప్పాను. I want to execute super class members for subclass object, then declare super class as abstract. I want to call super class members in subclass, then use a super keyword. Your answer super keyword for calling. My question is, I want to execute super class members only for subclass object. Then don't allow creating object of super class. Further declare the class as abstract. Okay. Stop using your brain. Okay na? Stop using your brain. Start think like a compiler JVM. Start think like a designer. What I am trying to ask you, analyze the question. Before giving answer, 1 second you question yourself, is this answer right? Before giving answer yourself, question yourself, is this answer right? That's it. Then you will get correct answer. Okay na? Raj Patel, sample SAM equal to new sample, new example. Here what is the object? Sample is object. Mari example class object create. I am telling that don't create object for example class. Why you are creating example object? Right, all you people got requirement? All you people understand my requirement? I want develop variables and methods in super class. Those variables and methods I don't want to execute for super class object. Guaranteed I want to execute them only for subclass object. Then you should declare class as abstract. You should declare super class as abstract. Now tell me, this is a concrete class, but declare as abstract. Then how to pronounce this class as concrete abstract class? How to pronounce? Concrete abstract class. What the use of concrete abstract class means? The class is concrete but explicitly declare as abstract. What the use of it? For guaranteeing the members of the super class executed only for subclass object. For that purpose we must declare concrete class as abstract class. Do you have any predefined concrete, do you have any predefined concrete abstract classes given by Sun Microsystem? Yes, we have two predefined concrete abstract classes are there. They are java.awt.component, java.servlet.http servlet. Okay, java.awt.component, java.servlet.http servlet. Okay, so we have two predefined classes which are concrete super class, concrete abstract classes. What the meaning of it? These two classes are not abstract. They don't have even single abstract method. They don't have even single abstract method. All are concrete methods, but still they declared as abstract. Can you guess why? For guaranteeing the methods available in component class, the methods available in HTTP servlet class for executing only for their subclass objects. Understand? Now, let me take a component class. So what is a component? Where the component will work? Component is nothing but in a window application development, in GUI application development, a window is what? Component. And a label I am writing here, enter first number, enter second number, and result. Okay, now these are labels. Label is also component. And now first number to enter a text box, second number to enter a text box, result to enter a text box. Now this text box also label. After entering the data, now I am clicking on button. What the button? Add. And clicking on another button. The button name is what? Clear. And tell me, these buttons are also what? These buttons are also what? Components. So what is a component? A component is a root class or super class of all window components. So component is super class. And then this component class contain, what is the first class? Let's say label. Okay. Frame, let's say frame. And then what? Label. And next what? Text field. Next what? Text area. And next one is what? Button. Like this, there are etc. components are there. All these are subclasses of this component class. Then tell me whatever the methods I have defined inside component class, whatever the methods I have defined inside component class, all methods are available for these subclasses to execute now. Now, in a component class, we have a method called set background. Set background of some color you can specify, color dot red. Color dot red. Next, now we can also specify set foreground color. Set foreground of color dot black. Okay, color dot black. And now the question, tell me, you can apply color to the components which you can see now. Next, you can set font of, what, right? New font of some font style. Okay, font name, font style, font size you can specify. Tell me, these three methods must execute for whom? Everyone should answer. These three methods should execute for the component which is visible to us, right? Yes or no? The component which visible to us, it should execute. Frame is visible, label is visible, text field is visible, text area is visible, button is visible, but component is not visible. Component class is just a super class. It doesn't have any shape. It has only type. It's specifying type only, but doesn't have any shape. For example, if you take animal, okay, if you take animal doesn't have any physical shape. Lion has a physical shape. Elephant has a physical shape. Tiger has a physical shape. Cat has a different, okay, rabbit, and then what? Cat, dog has a physical shape. Animal just specify the type of the object. If you want to say something is an animal, it should contain these properties only, it will tell, but it doesn't have any shape. So these three methods must applicable to either frame or label or text field or area, text area or button. Are you catching my point? So you should not execute these methods for component class. If you create component dot these methods, useless. So then what Sun Microsystem did, they declare this component class as what? Abstract class. If you declare this class as abstract class, then what happened? Now you cannot create object of this class. Obviously, you will create object of subclasses and call the methods. Hope you all understand. Then when you call set frame dot, let's say frame dot set background of red, then background color will be red. Set foreground of black. Okay, foreground will be black. Okay, now the color will be applied to frame. Okay, color is applied to frame, not to what you call component. So this is the basic idea about the story. Hope you all understand. About HTTP servlet class, why it is created as an abstract class, advanced faculty will explain. If advanced faculty not explain, applying the same thought to HTTP servlet class also. So what is the new topic we have discussed today? First topic, can we add my own abstract methods and concrete methods in subclass? Yes. Then how to call? By typecasting. Next, can we declare a concrete class as an abstract? Yes. If we declare concrete class as an abstract, what is the purpose of declaring concrete class as an abstract? We declare concrete class as an abstract for making sure the variables and methods available in this class to execute for subclass object. For stop creating superclass object and allowing superclass members to execute only for subclass object. And now look at there, This is a concrete class, declare as an abstract. Now compiler throwing error, you cannot create object because the class is declared as abstract. Then what to do? You can create superclass reference variable to store subclass object in a subclass object. Now I hope you remember the memory diagram. Inside subclass object, inside subclass object, example class members memory allocated with X variable 0, right? And the constructor further executed replaced with 10. Superclass members memory allocated in subclass object. Then e2.x, e2 variable pointing to which class? Example class memory available here. This is sample class, example class. e2.x, x value reading and displaying 10. e2.m1, m1 method logic is executing. Tell me, m1 method logic executing with which object? For which object? This keyword pointing to example memory in sample class object. Memory is example, but object is what? Sample class. That means, tell me, superclass method m1 is executing for which object? Sample class object. Okay, got clarity here? Control 1 compile. Control 1 compile, control 2. Look at there, we are getting output. Yeah, another lesson at one. You just now got wake up seems to be. Voice is not audible. Now audible. Okay. Why sometime audible, why sometime not audible? Don't know. God knows that. M1 method is executed from class example for the object sample of. Look at there, it is executing for sample class. That's it. So this is a very important point. Maybe in future you need in interview. Is it clear? Come on, come on. Everyone understand? Any doubts in this topic? Okay, then tell me, inside abstract class, what are the different members we can create? Inside abstract class, what are the different members we can create? Number one, we can create abstract method. Obviously, is it mandatory? Inside abstract class, abstract method creation, is it mandatory? No, it is optional. If you want, you can create, you have provision. Can I create static variable? Yes. Can I create static block? Yes. Can I create static method? Yes. Can I create a main method? Yes. Okay. Can I create main method? Yes. Can I create non-static variable? Yes. Non-static block? Yes. Constructor? Yes. Non-static method? Yes. That means whatever the 10 members you can create in regular class, all 10 members plus additional abstract method, total 11 members you can create in abstract class. Are you catching my point? Then if I create static members in abstract class, how can I execute them? Yeah, directly by using main method. So main method is there. Inside main method, you can call the static variable, read and display the static variable value, system.out.println of, system.out.println of a, and you can call m3 method. Yeah, you can call m3 method. Static members I can execute from the same class from main method. Now the question, can execute non-static members in the same class? Can execute non-static members by using same class main method? That means you have to create example class object e1 equal to new example. Are you allowed to create example class object? No. Compiler will throw error. Example is abstract. Then tell me, how can I execute non-static members of abstract class? To execute non-static members of abstract class, I need what? Subclass object. Okay, you must create subclass and then you have to override abstract method given in the superclass. Create subclass object, call the members. Yes or no? If you run Java example, non-static, static members, including main method executed. So tell me, inside a abstract class, can I create static members? Yes. Can I execute, can I compile abstract class? Yes. Can I execute abstract class? Yes, if it contain main method. If it doesn't have main method, you cannot execute. If it contain main method, you can execute, not a problem. Okay, now shall I ask a question? Can we create object of abstract class? No. Then why constructor required in abstract class? Come on, answer. We cannot create object of abstract class. Then why constructor required in abstract class? You should smile for this question to answer to interviewer. First, you should smile and should say, constructor is not meant for creating object. It is meant for initializing object created by new keyword. Okay. Constructor is meant for not creating object. Constructor is meant for initializing object. When we create subclass object of abstract class, inside subclass object, abstract class instance variable is initialized. Sorry, abstract class instance variable memory allocated. That abstract class instance variable to initialize, we need constructor. So abstract class required constructor for initializing its instance variables in subclass object. Okay, na? This question compulsory. Okay, this question compulsory. I hope you answered correctly. Any doubts? Open material, but in material all points are there. Why you want me to write everything? Are you not following material? Are people not following material? So you are asking me to write notes means you are not following material, right? You don't know where these points are there. If something is not there in material, definitely I will write notes. I will ask you to write down. Now open material and all the people verify every point, all these points are there or not. Abstraction material, abstraction notes. Check. Which volume? Volume 1A na, volume 1B na, volume 2 na? Volume 2 anta. Na దేవుడురా బాబు. Volume 1B. All people completed? Huh? Hope you all found the points in material. Shall we go next topic? Now try to answer. When you are creating abstract method or abstract class, you cannot write however you like. You must follow certain rules. What the rules I told you? Rule number 1 minute, some program missing here. Look at here. While creating abstract method and abstract class, you cannot create however you like. You must follow certain rules. What the rules? Tell me, if you wanted to create a class, what the full syntax of the class? Accessibility modifier, execution level modifier, accessibility modifier, execution level modifier, class keyword, class name, extends super class, implement super interface 1 comma interface 2 comma interface 3 open bracket closed bracket. So this is abstract class creation. A abstract class written type is not there now. Then tell me here, can I apply any accessibility modifier? Can I apply any execution level modifier? Can it derive from a class? Yes. Can it derive from multiple interfaces? Yes. Okay, it can derive from class interfaces is not a problem. Only thing you have to understand about accessibility modifier and execution level modifiers. Tell me, to a normal class, what are the accessibility modifiers are allowed? Only two. That is default and public. Okay. Now abstract class also default and public are allowed. Are you catching my point? The next, to a normal class, what are the execution level modifiers are allowed? Static not allowed, final allowed, abstract allowed, abstract native not allowed, transient not allowed, volatile not allowed, synchronized not allowed, strict EFP not allowed. Strict EFP allowed. So the allowed modifiers to a class, normal class, default protected, final, abstract, strict EFP. Okay, if you apply abstract, then it will become what? Abstract class. That's why I'm ignoring that. Okay, abstract is allowed to a class, but it become abstract class. So I'm ignoring. To a regular class, these are the 4 accessibility modifiers we are applying. Then tell me, can I declare abstract class as a final? No. If you declare class as a final, you cannot create subclass. Abstract means you should create final, you should create subclass. And next, strict EFP allowed? Yes. Okay, to a abstract class, what are the modifiers are allowed? To a abstract class, what are the modifiers allowed? To an abstract class only, we are allowed to place default, public, and strict EFP. Final not allowed. This is a compulsory asking question. Look at their abstract class allowed, public abstract class allowed, and a strict EFP allowed. Very important. If you declare class as a public, the class name and Java file name must be same. Don't forget. Okay, now? Let me compile this code by taking it as a pub final. Look at the illegal combination of modifiers, abstract and final. Final is not allowed. Okay, if you take class as a public, you must make Java file and class name must be same. Class test is a public, should be declared name test.java. So time ranking test 06 compile. Okay, now buddy, what the rules in creating abstract class means? What are the modifiers are allowed, not allowed? You have to think. Final is not allowed. Only default public strict EFP allowed. Okay, if I declare class as a strict EFP, then what happened? Look at that. EFP stands for floating point calculations. Inside this abstract class, can we define concrete methods now? Those concrete methods, implicitly some floating point calculations will be there. Those floating point calculations, strictly you must follow, strictly you must apply floating point calculations by following IEEE 758, some number is their standards, IEEE standards. You must perform floating point calculations strictly by following IEEE standards. So according to IEEE standards, if you want to generate the result, you must declare the class as strict TFP. No, I don't want to apply to all methods. I want to apply to only one or two methods. Then don't declare class as a strict TFP. The methods where you want to apply floating point calculations as per IEEE standards, only declare those methods as strict TFP. Strict TFP can be applied to class, also can be applied to method. Everyone understand that? Next. Now I am moving to the next topic, method. So tell me, to a normal method means concrete method, what are the modifiers are allowed? Private allowed, default allowed, protected allowed, public allowed. Execution level modifiers, static allowed, final allowed. Abstract is allowed, but it will become abstract method. So I'm not talking abstract here. Native allowed, synchronized allowed, strict TFP allowed. Okay, these are the modifiers allowed to concrete method. Then to the abstract method, what are the modifiers allowed? Abstract method mandatory to override in subclass. It must inherit it to subclass. Then private allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. So the keyword which not allowing this method to inherit it to subclass, not allowing to override in subclass, not allowing to executing from subclass, not allowed. Okay, private not allowed, default allowed, protected allowed, public allowed. Static allowed or not allowed? Static. If you declare method as a static, the method can execute from subclass? No. So static not allowed. Final allowed or not allowed? If you declare method as a final, you cannot override. So final not allowed. Native allowed or not allowed? Native means ends with a semicolon, but it has a logic in C or C++ program. That means native method is a concrete method, but abstract method is a no implementation method. Native method is an implementation method. Abstract method is not implementation method. So both are controversial. Native is not allowed. Tell me, synchronized means it has a logic and the logic should execute by multiple threads, one after one sequentially. So what synchronized keyword telling? Execute this method logic sequentially by multiple threads, one after one. Array, abstract method doesn't have logic. Synchronized keyword talking about logic. Abstract method doesn't have logic. Synchronized keyword allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. Strict TFP, just now I have explained. If you take a method as a strict TFP, the method logic should execute floating point calculations as per IEEE standards. Abstract method doesn't have logic, so strict TFP is not allowed. Strict TFP is allowed to class, but not allowed to abstract method. Come on, all you people understand? Then tell me, what are the only modifiers allowed to abstract method? Default, protected, public, only allowed. Okay, all execution level modifiers are not allowed. Everyone understand, I hope? Plus the addition rules. What is that? It should contain modifier abstract and should ends with what? Semicolon. And next, plus subclass must override abstract method. Tell me, I want to force subclass don't override my method. Which modifier I must use? Final. I want to force subclass to override my method. Which modifier I must use? Abstract. Both are controversial. And now look at here, I'll show you all. Can I declare abstract method as a private? No. Compiler throw error, illegal combination of modifiers abstract and private. Can I declare a private default protected public? Yes, allowed, not a problem. Compile. Can I declare method as a static? Compiler throw illegal combination of modifiers abstract and static. Can I declare as a final? Compiler throw error. Okay. Can I declare Abstract, right, 2 times y allowed. Repeated modifier, only 1 time allowed. Can I declare native? Not allowed. Compiler throw error. Can I take as a transient? Transient is not allowed to methods. So compiler throw error not allowed here. Modifier transient not allowed here. Earlier compile time error is illegal combination. Now the compile time error is modifier transient not allowed here. And next volatile not allowed here. Okay, and synchronized keyword not legal combination allowed, but it is illegal combination with abstract. It is allowed to method but not combination illegal. Next strict fp, okay, also it is illegal combination. Everybody understand? Then tell me, come to the return type. Tell me, an abstract method can contain any return type, or abstract method return type should be only void? What is the syntax of a method? Accessibility modifier, execution level modifier, return type, method name, parameter list, throws exception list. Tell me, the return type is what? One of the return types is void. Tell me, abstract method can be other than void. Like, can I take primitive data type int, reference data type int array, class name string? Can I use any return type? We can take any return type, no problem. Then if you take return type other than void, I must return value, na? If I take return type, I must return value. Who will return value? Bolo, bolo, bolo. Who will return the value? Return keyword, return value. Oh my God, super Rabba. Hats off to your answer. Return keyword, return value from where, Rabba? From the implementation body. So who is providing implementation to this method? Subclass. So tell me, by taking return type, we are informing to subclass programmer, or a subclass programmer, from your method body return int type value, int array object, string object. And we are informing to user class programmer, when you call this method, you will get int type value, int array object, and string object you can store in the particular type of variables. Understand? So by taking abstract method, we are creating a contract between two people. Number one, user class programmer. Number two, subclass programmer. Okay. User to the subclass programmer, we are telling what type of value you must return, and we are informing to user class programmer what type of value will be returned from the subclasses. Okay, na? So return type, any return type is allowed? Yes, allowed. Any compile time error? No compile time error. Subclass programmer should return that particular value. Okay. Next, tell me, can I take default abstract method with parameters? Okay, by default it is a no parameter. Can I take some parameters? Int array string? Yes, allowed. Then by taking parameters, we are informing to user class programmer what type of value you must pass as an argument to call this method, and we are informing to subclass programmer with what type of value logic should be developed. Okay, na? Comfortable all points? Can I throw some exceptions? Yes. Tell me, if you throw an exception, what happened? We are informing to user class programmer what exception coming out from this method. We are informing to subclass programmer what exception should throw from his method body. That's all. So totally, a abstract method can be a non-void method, parameterized method, throwing exception. By taking non-void, we're informing to subclass programmer what value should return, what value should use to develop program, what exception to throw. That's all. This is the story about abstract method, abstract class, all the rules you have to follow. I'll give you one small assignment. Can you people try to find out errors and wanted to write code? Can you? Identify compile time errors in these methods. First one, right or wrong? First one, wrong. Why? Semicolon missing. Second one, right or wrong? Wrong. Why? Abstract is missing. Third one, right. Abstract is there, semicolon there. Fourth one, wrong. Private. Cannot declare method as a private. Fifth one, wrong. Static. Sixth one, wrong. Final. Seventh one, right. Eighth one, right. Eighth one, wrong. Because you declare method as abstract and you are providing body. It's not possible. It's wrong. Okay, I'll give you a set of methods. Identify right abstract methods and write down subclass and user class for these methods. Okay, identify valid methods among all the list. Whatever the valid methods you find, for those valid methods, provide implementation in subclass and provide user class to call and execute those methods from subclass. I'm giving you 5 minutes time. Hope it's sufficient for you. 5 minutes is more than enough. Try to write code. Completed? Are you able to write code? So this is what I expected you to write. M1 method is right. M1 method implementation body. Whatever logic you want, write SOPLN M1. M2 method is a normal method. Is it a void method or non-void? It is a non-void. Because M2 method is non-void method, I must return value, na? Return 5 semicolon. Okay, return 5 semicolon. I must return value. Compulsory we should return. Void method can be empty method, but non-void method cannot be empty method. The next M4 method is void and throws exception. Now listen. M4 method, sorry, M3 method. M3 is a void method, parameter is string. So can it be a empty method? Yes. If you want to write some SOPLN, you can write. If you want to use parameter in the logic development, you can use, but it's not mandatory. The next, now M4 method you take. M4 throws exception. M4 throws exception. Method can be empty because it is not return type. Throwing exception is not mandatory. Now M5 method is valid. Public abstract employee M5 string name. Now tell me this M5 method is public. You must override with the keyword public only. And return type is employee. That means compulsory you must create one employee class object. Na? Now tell me here passing string name. What the name passing? HK. Then whose employee I should return? HK employee I should return. Based on the given name, return employee object. Return new employee. Okay. So next M6 method wrong static, M7 method final wrong, M8 method native wrong, M9 method synchronized wrong, M10 method strict FP wrong. So M6 to M7 wrong. So these are the implementation. Tell me after implementation, we must call these methods. Now you can call these methods either with a sample reference or with example reference. Which one you suggest? You can call either with sample reference or with example reference. Which one you suggest? Sample or example? Example reference is suggested because loose coupling will be supported. Example E1 equal new sample. M1 method is void method. You can call directly as a single statement. M2 method is a return type method. We want to store the result. So int x equal to E1 dot M2. Yeah, M3 method is a parameterized method and void method. No variable assignment and you must pass argument. I am passing M3 of HK. Next M4 method is a throwing exception. We must handle that exception. So I am writing try E1 dot M4 catch exception E. And next M5 method is a parameterized method and return type method. So we must assign to method call must assign to employee variable by passing the HK. Understand? Okay, then if you pass HK employee object reference will be returned to our program. So this is the basic idea about. This is the basic idea about how to work with abstract methods and all. Is it clear to everyone? So superclass abstract method is a contract method. Abstract method is a contract method between what and what? To the user class and subclass. Abstract method will tell to user class programmer what is the operation, how to call that operation. And next, it will tell to implementation class developer what is the operation and what to implement, but not how to implement. Okay, it will never say how to implement. Implementation is your wish. Okay, now I want to ask one question. Can you please look at here and tell me? I have created a class called example with the two abstract methods. Then class sample deriving from example class created two more methods M3, M4. Then XYZ class want to implement all four methods. Then it is extending sample class. If XYZ class want to implement only two methods, then it is extending example. If it want to implement all four methods, then extend what? Sample. Is it clear? Okay. Unfortunately, sample is not subclass of example. XYZ class wanted to implement M1, M2 operation, also M3, M4 operation. Repeating again, sample class is not deriving from example class. Both are individual classes. XYZ class want to implement all the four operations, M1, M2 operation, M3, M4 operation, both operations you want to implement. Then tell me, How to write this XYZ class to implement M1, M2 extends example. M3, M4 extends sample. That means you have to support multiple inheritance. Class XYZ extends example comma sample. This is a multiple inheritance. I have one super class, another super class, and I'm creating subclass deriving from two classes. Then this is called multiple inheritance. Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. If you try to derive a class from multiple inheritance, compiler your software will throw error. Everyone understand? Java doesn't support multiple inheritance by using classes. Why? Simple reason. Inside XYZ class, I have constructor with a super call. I have constructor with a super call. Now the super call must call example class constructor, sample class constructor, ambiguity error. And I have written here super.m1. Tell me super class can contain concrete method. Then super.m1 must execute from example class, must execute from sample class. Confusion, ambiguous error. So Java doesn't support multiple inheritance by using classes, because when you call constructor or method by using super keyword, from which class the constructor method should execute, confusion. Hence compiler software throwing error. Java doesn't support multiple inheritance. Tell me, what is the problem in supporting multiple inheritance? It has constructor. It is also have constructor. If I remove constructor in the classes, I am not allowing you to create constructors in the classes. Then tell me, super parenthesis have any confusion? No. Next, in a super class, I am not allowing you to create a concrete method. I am not allowing you to create concrete method. I am allowing you to create only abstract method. Then the abstract method must implement in the subclass. Are you catching my point? Next, super keyword, I am not referring to the classes which doesn't contain constructor, which doesn't contain method with implementation. Then if I do these three changes, multiple inheritance can be possible or not? What the first one? No constructor, no method with implementation, and super keyword reference is not pointing to the classes which doesn't have constructor and method implementation. If I do these three changes, then tell me, we can support multiple inheritance. With these three changes, if you want, I must not use the keyword called what? Class. I must not use the keyword called class. If I use the keyword class, then what happens? Class allows constructor, class allows method with inheritance, with implementation, and class allows to refer super keyword. Then they have introduced one new keyword called what? Interface. Then they have introduced a new keyword called interface. So interface doesn't have constructor, interface doesn't have methods with implementation, interface doesn't accept super keyword reference. With these three changes, interface is introduced. So that if I create this abstract class as an interface, if I create this abstract class as an interface, now inheritance, multiple inheritance is possible, yes, but should not use the keyword extends. You must use the keyword what? Implements. Why the keyword implements? Because you are implementing the methods from super class in subclass. We are not providing any reusability. That's why the keyword is what? Implements. So tell me now, after class and after abstract class learning, you should learn next programming element is what? Interface. So tell me what the purpose of interface? Interface is used for only declaring operation of an object for supporting multiple inheritance. Are you repeating? What is the use of interface? What is interface? What the use of interface? Interface is one kind of class. Okay, interface is a referenced data type. It is a kind of class. Interface is a referenced data type, one type of class. It is used for declaring. It is used for declaring all operations of an object and supporting multiple inheritance. Everybody got clarity? Yeah? So now, how to create interface? What is interface? Okay, what is interface? Why interface? How to create interface? Like a class, an interface is also a referenced data type. Like a class, it is also meant for representing. It is also meant for representing real world objects in programming world. Interface is a fully unimplemented class. It is used for creating. It is used for creating the main type of an object by declaring all its operations, for forcing subtypes to implement those operations by supporting multiple inheritance. So these are the statements you must tell to interviewer. What is interface? Interface is like a class. Like a class, an interface is also a referenced data type. Like a class, it is also meant for representing. Okay. Interface is a fully unimplemented class. Like a class I'm telling, so that's why I'm using the word unimplemented class. Interface is a fully unimplemented class. Like a class, it is also meant for representing real world object in programming world. It is used for creating, every object contain two things, main type and subtype. It is used for creating main type of an object by declaring all its operations to force subtypes to implement its operation by supporting multiple inheritance. Then tell me, what is the difference between abstract class and interface? In abstract class also I can create all operations just to declare. Okay, I can only declare all operation. Interface is also meant for only declaring all operations. Then what is the difference between abstract class and interface? Abstract class doesn't support multiple inheritance. Interface can support multiple inheritance. Abstract class allows concrete methods, static variable, non-static variable, constructor, block, all the nonsense. Whereas interface doesn't allow all the things. It allows us only abstract methods. We can also say an interface is a specification or a contract document between user class and implementation class programmer, because it contains only, okay, it contains only what you call only abstract methods, only declaring operations. Then tell me now, when it contain only abstract methods, it is just telling to the user class programmer what operations you should call. It is telling to the user subclass it is just standing in between user class and user class and subclass programmers. Hence we can say interface is a contract document. By declaring all operations of an object, interface tells to an implementation class programmer what to implement but not how to implement. It's your wish, what logic you want to write, you develop. I don't tell, I will tell only what to implement, means which operation to implement by providing declaration. Interface tell to user class programmer what to call to access operation of this object. So interface is a contract document standing in between subclass programmer and user class programmer for telling what to implement and what to call. So interface is created by using the keyword interface, but not by using the keyword class. If I use the keyword class, again concrete methods allowed, again constructors are allowed, multiple inheritance is not possible. Hence they have introduced a new keyword called interface to apply new rules. For example, I'm taking something like this, interface interviewer. Now tell me, as a interface, as an interviewer, what operations he has to do? He should ask questions and he should take decision to select or not. Tell me, now interviewer to perform these two operations, but interviewer 1, interviewer 2, interviewer 3 is asking different questions and different decisions to take select. Every interviewer has their own opinion. Are catching my point? So this is a first level interviewers. They will not take full decisions. 2 levels of interview will be there. This is interviewer level 1 and this is interviewer level 2. At interviewer level 2, they are taking decision and final decisions they are making. So tell me, interface will meant for creating main type of object. Abstract class meant for creating subtype of object with a partial implementation. Okay, they will ask the questions and take the decision to go next level. Next level, only taking decision to go to next level. Then the next level, final level, they are taking decision to select or not select. Okay. Tell me, totally every object will contain minimum 2 levels, okay, or more than 2 levels. If you want to develop an object at 2 levels, we need interface and concrete classes. If you want to implement it 2 levels or 3 levels or 4 levels, then interface main type, abstract classes subtype with the partial implementation, and concrete classes with the full implementation. Let me take another example. I'm taking car. Car is of what type? Start will be there, move will be there, stop will be there. Now this car is a main type object. This main type object is implemented by using which type? Interface, by declaring all these operations. Then Alto car, start to move, stop implementation is different. Honda City, start to move, stop operation different. And Benz, start to move, stop operations different. Then tell me, these classes are what? Concrete classes providing implementation for these methods. And the driver is a user class. Driver, by looking into car, he is starting the car, he is moving the car, he is stopping the car. Finally, which car is moving, which car is started, whichever the car is there in his hand. If you pass Alto, Alto started. Honda City started. Benz started. Array, again LCRP architecture, inheritance, polymorphism only coming. Then what is the difference between abstract class as a super class, interface has a super class, concrete class has a super class? If you take concrete class, all these operations are fully implemented. If you take abstract class, some of the operations are implemented, some of the operations are not implemented. Abstract class and concrete class doesn't support multiple inheritance. Whereas if you take car as an interface, all operations are only declared and supports multiple inheritance. Are you catching my point? Then there are you must follow while working with interface. Totally there are 11 to 12 rules are there while working with interface. Okay. And sample project, when to choose abstract class and interface, give all list of differences between abstract class and interface. Now these points, today you have to spend the time after class. Today you have to spend the time after class. Okay. Pending videos, whatever you have earlier, keep them pending. Okay, na? Don't work on those videos today. Today, you have to, by evening, you have to complete interface videos. Already one video, now I explain. Second video, interview questions, you have to practice. Is it clear? By tomorrow, you are coming to class. I'm expecting you complete interface topic and come. And tomorrow, I'll explain you continuation topic, coupling cohesion. Next topic of interface, I'll explain. So I completed for abstraction topic, okay? Everyone got clarity, yeah? I completed abstraction. I completed object-oriented programming. So what the things? What do you call? Inherent encapsulation, completed inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. Okay, we have completed all four topics. Now is the time we have to understand all programming elements. Okay, I told you there are 8 programming elements. All programming elements revision. And I have to give you one small project architecture diagram.
Good grammar and spelling are important.
And then we have to go for coupling and cohesion, LCRP architecture revision one more time. Okay, LCRP architecture already explained, LCRP architecture revision. And again here by following LCRP architecture, one project I need to develop. Then this project has a problem. To overcome that problem, we have to go for reflection API. By including reflection API and by including all the object-oriented programming, I have to explain you reflection API, one small project, and all WOOP concepts by combining, I have to teach you one more project. Is it clear? So this is the complete remaining story about object-oriented programming next 2 days. So tomorrow we are going to discuss revision of all object-oriented programming concepts, programming elements, coupling cohesion, LCRP architecture. Day after tomorrow, reflection API, and then next day, projects development. And finally, I'll conclude all these topics. So more 3 days I require. So by end of this week, we will complete object-oriented programming successfully with real-time project development, okay? So if you finish that interface 2 videos today, then you will be comfortable for next coming classes, understand? So can I expect all the people will complete and come? Interface topic is most important, and I'm requesting all the people to by heart difference between interface and abstract class. It's a compulsory asking question. What the difference between interface and abstract class? That's all for today class. See you tomorrow. Bye.